last night, Addison and I had we're gonna need to cook a charcuterie party. At the beginning of October, I was doing my weekly calls and, I was getting a couple no's. And so I was a little discouraged because I was really wanting to fill up my month, of course, that we always say date heavy in the beginning of the month. So I was really trying to get those, beginning months, the first 2 weeks, really set. So I was just on the on my website trying to look around and just order some samples or whatever. And I came across a great special that they don't have currently right now, but I'm going to tell you how we can make this even better. It was some cheese smarts, and I saw them and I was like, oh wow, they're a set. And I was like, that's a cool idea. And my friends and my family, we love charcuterie boards. So before we called them meat and cheese trays, we always had them at the holidays. We always had them around. In fact, my husband and I and Addison, we love to have them, just for a snack on the weekend. So we do it all the time. So I saw those and instantly I went, a charcuterie party. I'm having a party. And I was like, when we always say also, if you don't have anything booked, have yourself a party. I know, Pam, you've always said that. Everybody always says, if you don't have a party, book a party and you be the host. So I basically thought to myself, all right, and I had an event to go to with some friends. And I thought, well, I'm going to see if I had them in my cart. I hadn't ordered them yet because I wanted to make sure I got people confirmed. I didn't want to order these and then be out of luck if no one was going to get them. I didn't want to be sitting on them. So I thought, well, I'll ask around to some of my friends and see if they'd be interested in doing a charcuterie party. And at this time, I had no idea really what the heck that meant other than I wanted to get these. I wanted to have a party. Addison, you have to be quiet, please. So I will tell them that. So I had asked a few friends and they all were like, oh my gosh, that sounds really, really fun. So I said, okay, I'll let you know when I'm going to pick the date. And also you'll get a piece of Tupperware. It'll be some, charcuterie items. We'll build it and you get to take it home and I'll charge, a fee. And they were like, okay, just let us know. So once I did the math, I got everybody's money up front. I figured it out and it was, I charged $25. And the way I came up with that is each piece of Tupperware that I had was a certain like $11. And then I factored in a little bit for the shipping and the tax. So I filled that in. And then I figured, okay, if I have 8 people, because I wanted to either have 8 to 12 people, I didn't want it to be too big because I wanted to be able to help people and everything. So I figured it out to be $25. So I charged everybody $25. Everybody Venmo'd me, gave me cash, however they did it, and they all prepaid me. So I had all that money. I placed my order so I'd make sure I had the Tupperware in time. And then I saved that money so that when I can go shopping the week of the party. So the party was yesterday. So Tuesday I went out, and for charcuterie items, I don't know if you guys all have Aldi where you live, but Aldi has been my favorite store for years. And it just keeps getting better every year. And they have an amazing area where you can get charcuterie stuff at a very, very reasonable price. I mean, like half the price. If you guys have a Giant Eagle, it's like half the price of that. So great selections. Just like if you have a Trader Joe's, we don't, but it's similar to like all those fancy cheeses. And so I made a list of what I wanted to get. I actually went on Pinterest and kind of looked up a couple ideas. And then I got a little overwhelmed because I wanted to get so much stuff. But my husband said, we did the math, we figured it out. You have $84 that you could spend on wine and charcuterie items. So we tried to stay in that budget. I went over a little bit, but I also bought a couple things for myself as well. So that $84 covered it. So you guys might be thinking, well, you really didn't make any money from that. My idea was not really to make any money off of my friends. My idea was to have a good time, have my friends over and show them, the Tupperware catalog. So they all know that I'm a Tupperware lady. But, have them over, made sure I had some of my catalogs sitting out so that they can grab some. I had a special 1-page flyer printed up so they could look at that as well. So it basically was a party. So basically how I did it was when people came, I had a table set up, and I'll post pictures if that's okay with Pam. I'll post pictures in Champion of how I set it up. So earlier in the day, and my best friend came over like an hour early and helped me cut up some of the cheese because my husband's out of town. I was like, who's gonna help me cut all this cheese up? And then I used all of my Tupperware containers. So this actually has my crackers in it, and I set those out. I had my Snack and Store large that I used all of my cheddar cheeses. I kept those all together. I had stuff in modular mates, stuff that was in regular containers. I actually put in Tupperware containers so I can show them all using them. Oh, thank you, Addison. Addison wants me to show you the Cheese Smart that we used. We used the rectangular Cheese Smart. But if you look in your catalog, thank you, Addison, you know that you have 2 other sizes. So this one's $28. So if you were going to do a charcuterie party, this one might be a little bit more than you really wanted to do. But the other ones are, I think, 17 and I think $22, and they're a nice size as well. So then you could factor in a price that would fit your friend's needs. And so that mine was a little bit more expensive. I did buy like the fancy salamis, the fancy, you know, pepperoni, things like that. But I also threw in regular pepperoni. I did grapes. I did different dried fruits. So this time of the year, you would want to use dried fruits. Thank you. We bought some other items here, like chocolate covered almonds and caramels. So we did all that. Thank you, Addison. And then I bought, they actually sell all the specialty grapes. They were green grapes and purple grapes. Of course, I cleaned them all in my vinegar wash. I didn't know about the salt, so I'm excited about that. But I cleaned them all, let them air dry. And Pam, I use my big mop style microfiber to actually dry all my fruits and vegetables on. I love to use that. It never is used, you know, on my floor. I always keep it on my counter to dry out all my fruits and vegetables once I clean them in that vinegar solution. So we cleaned all that. I kept them in the fridge smart so I could show the fridge smarts. So I meticulously placed everything out that was all in Tupperware, except those chocolates. Those 2 little containers were not. Made sure that I was utilizing all my Tupperware. So when they first came, I had everything set up. All the Tupperware was clean and everything. I want it cleaned and sanitized for everyone. I had gloves provided. I had tongs. I told them all at the beginning it was up to them if they'd like to use the tongs and the gloves. I have a bathroom right off of my dining area where we were all set up, and they all washed their hands and we went from there. I did a little intro where I told them what charcuterie means. And if you guys don't know, it's a 15th century French word where it came about. And it actually is the technique or art of making and curing your dried meats like salami, pepperoni, and things like that. So I threw that little tidbit out there. I introduced everybody. They all knew me, of course. We ended up having a couple people didn't show. So I have that one left that I'm going to make up and deliver to her tomorrow because she was sick. But it went really well. And if you guys don't want to do a cheese smart, you can also think of the things that we have on sale right now. We have a round container with our price is about $14. We have the Clearly Elegance shallow right now. I think our price is like $26. A large lunch, it would be another economical idea. It's like $11.05. A large lunch it because they're on sale right now. Then, like I said, the Cheese Smart, any size, and of course your Snack and Stores. Another was a modular mate #1 rectangular shallow. That would be another great one as well. So it doesn't really have to be the Cheese Smart, but if you guys don't have anything lined up or in your book, always make yourself the host and always try to think outside the box. I'm getting ready to celebrate my 7th anniversary with Tupperware, and I always learn something all the time and something new for my business. And like Pam and everybody always says, if you don't have a party, make a party. So that's kind of it. And we had so much fun. Oh, and I did buy wine with that money as well. A couple bottles. Aldi's has a great selection on really good wines from anywhere from $4 to like $6. So I bought some wine. But everybody had a great time. I got a few text messages last night when they got home, and I got a couple this morning that said, thank you so much. We had so much fun. I have to give a shout out to my best friend. She was going to hop on. I don't know if she was, and she's been a discount diva before, but she really helped me while I was serving wine, show the ladies how to cut the prosciutto and do the roll-ups, and how to also do those salami little rosés that you've seen. So she showed people how to do that, and I'll post her charcuterie idea because it was super, super cute. Her little rose that she made and her board was just beautiful. So yeah, that's basically it. So go have a charcuterie party or a large lunch at party. Make it fun. You know, that's even a great idea. We should do a large kids lunch at one. Yes.
You usually make me charcuterie
And
for lunch.
Addison wants me to tell you, I do make her charcuteries for lunch. She uses her little lunchets, right? Yeah, I know. Should they all know where they're at, or they know they're in the cupboard. So thank you. I'm sorry if I was a little long-winded, but it was super exciting. We're still like on the high of the fun charcuterie party. And like I said, Addison takes those to school all the time. She loves them. So for us, it was just something, you know, think of something that you do fun at your house, and think of a piece of Tupperware you could do it and have yourself a party. So it was
Yeah,
great. And I
that's
got $200 in orders. So